Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I can't believe I'm holding a camera now and I'm recording. Usually, I haven't recorded for a long time. I did not make any video on Monday. I did not make any video on Tuesday. Both these 2 days I was doing something. Was very busy, but because of my allergies, I don't want to record any video because I didn't want to be like sneezing. I made a video, I think it's out, I think it was on Monday, where I was, yeah, I think it was on Monday, where I was getting my medications for allergies. So I took my medications yesterday was Tuesday, and today is actually Wednesdays. Time goes fast. When you don't make videos, time goes really fast. So today is Wednesday, and I believe it's April 15th. So we have 15 more days before we kick off April. Time is going fast. But the reason why I haven't been able to record videos because when I'm sick, when I was talking to camera, I would sneeze a lot, and I think that was weird to sneeze all the time. So I chose not to make a video yesterday. However, I took medicine and it's been working, so I haven't been sneezing as much. And also, I do sneeze, but it's not like I don't want nose as much. When I'm sleeping at night, things get tougher, but it's getting better, because I also think that the pollen is slowly fading away, because it's not about pollen that falls down. It's about those tiny. So when the flower starts to come out, those things that they release, the fast pollens, pollens are like spams. That's why people don't know the pollens. They're like spams. When they come out, they spray all over. So the wind blows them all over the place. Winds, our shoes, our clothes, our cars, like things like they blow all over the area. So when they go to my nose, I get triggered. So now they are fading away. They are pollinating because they are pollinating. So when they do pollinate, they expire. Like spams expire after some seconds. So I can feel it because even though I have medicine is not meant to cure allergies. They are meant to calm the allergies down. So I took them in the morning. I take them at night, but still doesn't help. It does help. Like my mental stays calm. I don't get headache, nothing like that. But it doesn't help as much. I still have to sneeze. So yesterday, I went to an incredible event, but I didn't have a chance to record because I was feeling really bad. I went to Brookings Institute for the first time in one of their policies, and they were discussing about predictive market. Predictive market is like betting, sports betting, gambling, lottery, right? But most recently, there has been a rise in this betting or predictive markets where people can actually bet if the stock market is going to rise or fall. People can bet if Trump will win or lose. People can bet on which Democrat or the Republican will take the House or the majority. People can bet if US will attack Iran or not. People can bet if Iran will win or US will win. People can bet on anything. People can bet who's gonna die. Like people can bet on anything, right? So there's been predictions, and the concern here among the economists and the policymaker here in Washington D.C. is that these bettings, I call them bettings, but they're not bettings. Bettings are controlled by the maker. When it comes to predictive, like predicting something from happening, it's much more complicated than that, right? Because the person who's betting usually has an upper hand, like he knows the outcome. Okay, so there has been a debate if these predictive markets are going to be affecting the economy, the policy outcomes, the policy influences, right? Like if Trump doesn't want, if people invests in if people predict that Trump is going to attack Iran and destroy it, and they spend so much money on it, they might influence the outcome. They might send emails, they might send letters, they might send so many things, right? So there could be like a lot of influence in it, and that's the fear from the policymaker in Washington D.C. So it was good to see the Congress is working on it. Also, predictive market do influence the outcome of stocks. So, for instance, if the Congress, somebody invests in certain companies in Wall Street, and they say they want the stock to rebound back, they might influence the Congress on the decisions they have to make when it comes to voting. They might influence Congress to refuse to vote on certain policies by robbing them, right? But even when it's even more crazy when the Congress and the Senate are involved themselves, it gets even more complicated. So that's why I was yesterday, and it was really, really good. Then today I woke up in the morning, obviously 11 a.m. and I went to use the Alumni job fair. This is for the first time, and I also want to say that I do hate job fairs, but this is one of my favorite job fairs I've ever had, because everybody went to school, certain school, right? So it was only for university, and this particular companies, they only hire university graduates. They also, one thing that I enjoy the most is that they're hiring, so they're not there just for show. They're just there to hire, and the recruiters, the people on there, they are very helpful. They may not necessarily like have a job for you, but they will guide you to someone else who has a job. So that was very impressive. It's not unlike it's not like other fairs that I've been to, where the hiring managers, they just either don't hire, or they just like not willing to assist you, help you with any of the job opportunities that they may have. So there was chatting, there was a little bit of understanding. There's a communication was clear, right? What they look for, the experiences. They are very strict. Like, if you need a job, if you have a master's, you need a master's. They're very strict on that. It was really good. There was this gentleman that was like in his 60s. I think he's retired. He used to work in the Navy and he's retired. And then I pulled up a position on the website on his company, and I showed him like this, and he says, we don't have those openings anymore, but we do have I do have other companies that are hiring in our database. So he gave me the database, took a picture of that. He said, please apply to these companies. They always do hire for those positions. Obviously, these are non-civilian positions that don't require military experience or any top secret clearance. And also there was other folks who were like, hey, just apply and reach out to us. Just tell us that you applied, so you can put up your application. So there was very productive discussion that I've never had. I didn't have a resume. That was on purpose. I made a decision for two things. Number one, I would never carry a resume on job fair. Number two, I would never apply for a job without a referral. Those are two things that I made it clear. So that being said, I went in there and they asked me, do you have a resume? I'm like, so instead of saying I don't have any, I just said I ran out the copies. I don't have enough copy, but I didn't have any copy. So I took their LinkedIn, I took their contact information, and reached out to them and tell them, hey, like, this is the person we met last time, blah, blah, blah. Some positions were great, like insurance was great. Then also, it's funny that before I went to this job fair, I visited some companies on their website, and there was no job openings on their websites. So I was actually kind of discouraged to go, because I was like, what am I gonna do there if there's no openings? It turns out that they do have openings coming up, so they just go in there and they take your information, your email, and everything they need to take, and then they tell you that there's gonna be openings coming up soon. Okay, so that was the key that I needed to know. Another thing to know here is that these companies, they don't post the jobs. Like I asked one of the Federal Reserve team. There was a Federal Reserve from DC, Federal Reserve governor from here DC, and asked them if they have jobs in economics. They say that we do, but those jobs, it tends to be, they don't get posted in the public. They just get filled without getting posted. So these are known as niche jobs. They don't get posted. And every company that was on there, they did not say go on a website. They just said go. They just said send out an email. There's gonna be jobs opening soon, but they do get filled internally, like some of them they know. That's one thing. Then I spoke with one of the guy who works for a company called Broadwin. It's an insurance company, and he kind of guided me like which positions to apply for. The thing that was also very helpful, like they like kind of guided me on which positions to apply for. Because when you look at the job postings, sometimes it can be confusing. And he said based on who you are, what you do, and the way you have to talk to people, like I like to talk to people face to face. He said apply for this job. So I'm gonna turn the camera off so that my battery doesn't die. Not the battery, but the memory card doesn't crash, so I can come back in a few minutes and record another session. So I am back. Then after finishing the College Park job fair, I met other alumni folks. About to sneeze, I'll be right back. So anyways, I hope I didn't sneeze in the camera. I hope I turned off quickly. If not, I'll have to delete the footage. But so I met UC alumni. They are surprisingly, so for me, I belong to alumni. There is sorry, I have to sneeze in the camera because I cannot keep turning off and on. So there was alumni from UC. So UC has 9 campuses, so pretty huge. There was alumni for UCs. There was also supposed to be Catholic University, which I go to. So I belong in 2 alumni. I belong in the UC system alumni and also Catholic University alumni. But I'm not an alumni yet. I am still attending. So technically I'm not an alumni. I don't know why I was there. But I belong in the other UC. So I was able to represent my UC, and I met many UCs graduates. Obviously, all the UCs are doing graduate programs, PhD, masters, crazy. It's crazy how UC pumps out very, very smart people out there. So we had some discussions, took them my email, was fantastic, it was very, very positive. Then quick overview here. Then after coming back from the event, I came to another event here to Catholic University. There was another event here, and it's called research. Presentation. So normally at this time, 5 p.m. I'm in the classroom. 5 p.m. normally 6 p.m. Normally I'm in the classroom. For my public finance class, today's a Wednesday, right? So I have a class, public finance class. However, we didn't have the class because it was a research day celebrations at the university. So it was the class was cancelled. So when I came back, I was late, but I was able to attend different research papers, different research ideas, and again, I didn't make a video. I was not in the mood, but there were many folks who did great research, mostly in the liberal arts area. So architecture, computer science, psychology, mental health, very psychological place. I didn't see any in economics, but in economics it incorporates everything, right? So I enjoyed the research paper. Then there was a ceremony after that, there's some winners, and then after that I went to the mass. Had some mass, like worship, Catholic worship. Then I came back home, and here I am. I just arrived home. I even still dressed up. I haven't changed anything. That being said, so today I this event came out with so many things that was so wonderful. Here I was able to this company called Inspirational. So inspiration does they do like they do rent out fleet or vehicles for people who wants to rent, and they specialize mostly in electric vehicles. Then they also build charging stations across the country, and their headquarters is based here in Washington D.C. I want to talk for this company, but I haven't applied yet. Just I reached out to the guy on LinkedIn for the guy who's actually hiring for this position. I think it's called Fleet Operational Analyst position. But it's a good company. They are just specializing in AV, and it's a new startup company that has been around for 5 years. So very positive. So I was about to spin, and then I won this Stanley Cup. This is the second cup I've won. I have another cup that I also got or won as a gift from SEDI Collective in Washington D.C. for the economists. So I now have two. Now I will never like go around with this cup. I think this is I could be stereotypical, but this is mostly common among women. So this is pretty good. But I'm never gonna use this. But it's good to have. It's good to have. I'm gonna have two of these. I already have two of these. Then what else? This gentleman from this company is called MIR or MIR, the MIR Corporation. This guy is very old. He's a nice guy. Like he gave me some ideas on how to apply for different positions on the different companies within federal contract space. I think that was great. I learned so much from this. Then I also made these guys. These guys are called National Labor Relations Board. It's like a union, I think, based thing. I like their logo. It's a government logo. They have positions opening up soon. I need to sign up. And they gave me this book, which they hire mostly attorneys. They don't hire that many economists. That was something that was not expected, but they do have like in the headquarters in DC, they have accountant, budget analyst, so I belong, compliance, different fields. So it was good, pretty good. So that was good. Thing to get here, so I'm gonna reach out to these guys. Obviously right now I'm so super busy with what do I look red in my camera. I'm not red, I'm black, so if it looks red, that's weird. So that was one. Then on the other hand, these same guys, the labor union thing, they gave me a bag. This is a good bag here to have, and I can't wait to try it out. It's a very transparent bag that you can wear in the workplace. You can also wear this bag in the airport, or if you go to the events. The logo says Labor Relations, National Labor Relations Board. So that was pretty good. So that was good. I got this for free. So then what else did I get? I think I got something else. I got this one over here. This is the Baldwin. This one that they have really good discussions with the guy, Mr. Jack, I believe. He was a really good guy. Explained to me the roles and the positions that they have opening. And if I open it, they do have they had some first aid stuff in there to have. So obviously I don't need first aid, but that was good. Very helpful. Very nice. Then what else did I have? I don't think I received any other thing in here, but this is different. So that was pretty much it. Then obviously I received, this is my ID. So this one This guy's name is David, and David is a recruiter for a company called Empower Strategies Consultant. No. This. Why am I exposing David's email on the internet? Empower Strategies. It's a very conservative company. It looks like a think tank or some kind of consulting company. They do work with management. I did not get to talk to them, but I did talk to them, but they're very conservative. So but they do have roles that are mostly in non-partisan roles where you are not either Democrats or Republican. I think that was great. So I'm checking them out. It's new. I didn't know anything about them, but that's pretty good. There was also Laws. This is Laws. Those companies, I believe they do manage multiple properties. So my apartment is managed by Rose. Okay, so that was good. I think they have many apartments in. I was surprised that they have these apartments where I live, but they also have apartments like in other areas that are like skyscrapers, various apartments. So, no, I'm gonna reach out to these guys. Then obviously this guy Jerry is a very nice guy. Shout out to Jerry, very fantastic, very calm, and very helpful. Thank you, Jerry. I hope that you get some promotions in your company. Appreciate you. You present your company really perfectly. When I was speaking to Jerry, he was very calm. He wasn't like very pushy. He wasn't like go away. But he was like very calm and answering every question I had. So shout out to Jerry. I don't have any other thing that I can think of. Then what else do I have in here? I got some pens. This is the pen from Liberation, and this is the pen from the UC Riverside, University of California. It says you can, so it means yes, UC you can. Then I don't know if I have anything else in here though. What else do I have? What else do I have in here? Okay, so speaking of UC, so UC is facing a huge problem. Well, I think I have other things to say that I made. So this is again, this is Maryland Department of Labor, focusing on Maryland, and this guy was also very helpful. He gave me a link to MPL Maryland, whatever, Department of Commerce. They hire a lot of economists, so that was good. They have American job centers all over the US, all over the Maryland area, for Marylanders of course. So very helpful. And then this is from the National Labor Relations Board. I think this guy's the advocate for the labor unionists and stuff. I really don't know much about. I need to know about these guys. I need to know much about them. They look pretty legit. So the first time I went to India, I spoke with these guys. This is called Alata Expositions Inc. and dedicated to serve furniture and carpet install and dismantle, display labor, material handling and storage, signage and graphic, custom rental, exhibit special. They have measurements here, of course. This is like more like hands-on. They have offices in Gettysburg, Maryland, and Orlando, Florida. They have like a free calendar here. That's pretty good. I'm gonna use their calendar actually. I like it. They give me the calendar. This is a weekly thing. I think you can open this. You can split this into two, right? Looks like. I'm not too sure. But anyway, that was very nice of them. For giving me a calendar to get what you need. So these guys are hiring for the positions in customer service, where you have to deal with people and help the construction workers and the groups to have, handles more like the administrative tasks. They don't have any technical side of things, so they like use Excel, so they don't do like coding, anything like that. I can't imagine doing any job where I don't have to do coding, because that would be boring. Coding is very fun. It's fun, it's challenging, but it's fun because the more you do it, the more you get experience in it. And there's also a joy in building something that is so wonderful. So almost all these companies, they don't have any coding, they don't need any coding background unless you are into engineering. So that was good. This goes in here as well. I can't think of anything that they had in here. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, that's what I have for today. And then yeah, these guys were so awesome. Sincero MGT. Sincero was the second person I met, and they have like 20 opening positions across the country, both in DC and Salt Lake City. But they only hire experienced folks, 5 years of experience, and some positions requires a master's degree, mandatory, but also like plus 3 to 5 years of experience. And there are some people who are right there like close to me who had 5 years of experience in consulting, and they were told to apply as soon as possible so can get a position. So I was not in there to get a position, but I took their LinkedIn and I hope to reach out to them. Then there was this lady, her name is Tracy, and she recruits for Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve Bank systems. She was cool, except that I think she was more of uninterested in the way she was describing position is like, it wasn't fun. Seems like it's not fun to work for Board of Governors, Federal Reserve Bank. I had a really bad impression about this for the first time. But that's because I'm in economics, so maybe she recruits for a different kind of roles. She doesn't say what she does here, but she says management division. So nothing here is more of research based. It's not research based. It's very non-economic fields. Very interesting. Okay, so that was good. It's good to meet these folks, and I'm just gonna put this on my air mattress. They get to stay there. These gifts are very nice. Thanks Bodwit for the good gift. Goes in there as well. Then labor union. This is the third bag that I have. I like this. This is wonderful gift stuff, and appreciate it for this guys giving me. It's transparency, so it's good to have it if you're going to be working in like factory, whatever that is, or if you're going to be going into like a very sensitive area, like where you need the clearance. That goes in there as well. And then you see thanks for their pens. You see the pen. Actually, I need to keep the pens. I have so many pens, but usually I do forget. I do forget a lot. Now this one needs to go here as well. So it's time to apply. I'm just gonna apply to these guys, and hopefully they will give me a job. Okay, so this goes in here. Then so this is the list. The company is called Higher DMV. They have Higher DMV. They also have Higher New York, Higher Los Angeles, whatever. So they are pretty good people. They host very legitimate companies. And so they have Alata Expositions, Cornerstone Montgomery Inc., Cicero MGT, Easy Dynamics Corp, Empower Strategy Consulting, Home Fix, Maryland State Police, Inspiration Mobility, Architect of the Capital, DC, Bayrango Public Charter School, Federal Reserve Board, University of Maryland College Park, Andre Barnes Media, Maryland Department of Labor, Maryland Services, Maryland Environment Services, May Angelos PCS, Mesoscale Diagnostic LLC, Montgomery College, Prince George's County, Anchor Construction Corporation, Intrastaff, MI Aero Corp, the National Center for Children and Families, Inc., Third Way, Scaffold Resource, Maryland State Police, why is Maryland State Police there twice? Like this. Maryland State Police, Maryland State Police. I don't know why it's there twice. The Broadwin Group, Lost Companies, Mantech, L3R, Harris. So these are the companies that came out, 34 of them, but they all were hired. That's a good news. Now, I looked at their previous companies. They had 60 plus companies that showed up, but today it was only 34. So it shows that the economy is still crashing. This is a half of companies that tend to show up. So this was very interesting. That being said, UC. So this is UC, University of California, Riverside. It has the largest amount of California graduates in the country. Obviously, I'm one of the victims of UC. So the UC Advocacy Network is a grassroots community fighting for the issues that matter most to our UC community. Join us and help to ensure that the UC can offer an affordable, high-quality college education, secure funding for life-changing research, protect access to affordable, excellent healthcare, stand up for UC's most vulnerable students. Okay, so UC 50,000 advocates ready to speak out for you. So UC is getting defunded by the Trump administration because of for their research programs. And even though the California is very rich, they have many rich people over there, so they are contributing. But as Raj University is known to power so many researchers. One of my professors went to Harvard when I was at UC, so it shows how even Harvard has been defunded. So does Princeton, right? So they're asking for the speak up for them. Then they give me a sticker that says "Stand up for UC, University of California." So this sticker, I guess you put it on here like this. I guess stand up for UC. Then so this was good to have this. I hope they get funded. I really hope they get funded, because as a large university in the world, they need funding. Invest in the University of California board ideas. This was pretty good. Also good to put on your thing over here. Very, very nice. So that being said, let me turn off the camera, take shower, get to do my research paper. You see how crazy things happen? When I was in my undergrad, I avoided this mistake. Don't make this mistake if you're in school. When I was in my undergrad, there was opportunities to network, opportunities to meet different people. However, I would go to school, I would not miss any class, so I can go to school and meet and do the schoolwork. And my assumption was, as soon as I graduate, I should be able to get a job. However, when I graduated, it was not that easy to get a job, because once you graduate, you are out of school. So I have a paper I needed to finish tonight. Actually, I'm gonna submit tonight. So this paper I was working on in Uganda. It's energy economics class, and it's due tonight, and I'm presenting tomorrow. Actually, I can pull this up right now. I'm gonna present tomorrow. So I was using World Bank API, and I put the API, and then I also used R coding to input some data, make like a simulation of the data. The data was about the paper is about, it's like an essay paper. It's about Uganda's energy and how should Uganda invest more on off-grid like solar panels, or should it invest more on electric extension. And I was supposed to study the benefit and the cost analysis. Okay, CBA, cost benefit analysis. I was also supposed to look into things like CFA, stochastic frontier analysis, as well as the DID, or difference in difference, which those three theories are very complicated. So when I did the data on the final, when I was writing, I tried to prep the graphs, the regressionists, and then trying to find the outcome, and the gamma if you know the statistics, you know what I mean. The gamma came up as 0. There was no findings. That the governments, there's a waste, there's a dead weight loss when the government invests more on electric grids extension. So the camera turned off, just that it was too hot. I hope the video was saved. If it wasn't, then I'll be screwed. But it should be saved now. So quick, just go and check out the paper. Then we'll be moving on to something else. So because I had this struggle, so when I try to run the code, the code displays, they found that there is no any loss. You couldn't find anything, goes 0. That's because the Uganda as a country does not have data available, and even the data reporting from like Uganda's energy regulationist group, they don't really have like data available for download. They only have data in PDF. So it was really hard. And if I had to do my own analysis, I had to pick the data hand by hand, type them into each and every single Excel, which is not that fun. It will take months and years, and it will take even more than one person. So frustrated, not knowing how to do. I heard about a company called Anthropic. They do like AI thing. I mean, we know ChatGPT, but it's not. I don't like ChatGPT. I don't like Gemini. But my classmates, some of my classmates, they use Anthropic. One of their AI called Cloud is really hard. It's pretty good. So yesterday when I came back at night, I was like, I'm gonna use the Cloud for my paper. This was like around 10 a.m. after trying everything I can, and nothing was working, and I only have deadlines. I tried to ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT was like, oh, this is like, you have to do everything and you don't have enough time, so it'll take years, it's complicated. So I went to Claude, and I signed up. I paid $17, and I put my code in there. I put my research paper in there, research proposal in there, and god damn it, like, it gave me an entire paper written, and it gave me like an entire code also done. Okay, because remember, I'm not being graded based on code. I'm not getting graded on coding. Okay, in fact, professor doesn't want me to do coding. Okay, he's against coding. My camera is really hot, so I don't know what to do. But I was able to. It gave me the ideas, and able to get the code done. So that was very interesting. So if I can properly now. You can see, hold on, pull up, yes. So this is the paper, right? The paradox, a quantitative evaluation of grid extension versus decentralized solar in achieving SDG 7 in rural Uganda. So it's very hard to find, the actual statistics. Yes, some statistics are very obvious, like Uganda produces 2,000 megawatts of electricity, and they only consume 985 megawatts. That was very interesting, and only 42% of the people in Uganda have access to electricity in rural areas. In the city, the number is much higher. So then recently, Uganda just had a different company. Before it was Umeme. When I was in Uganda, it was Umeme. That's what I know. Okay, my camera is really hot, so it turned off again, so I had to take my battery out, put the battery back in. The house is very hot. I need to open up my windows. Alright, so I'm gonna go real quick in here. So this is the paper, everything is complete, and honestly this was a wonderful thing. And then I do have some graphs in here, so if I can show you, very interesting, right, on how the Ghana's electricity supply paradox, capacity versus demand. So you have a very high supply, right? It's going up. This is supply. Then you have a demand. This is installations. So they have installed many electricity, 1,063 megawatts supplies, and yet this is the rural access. The rural is I mean, it's not too far, but it's in the middle, right? And obviously you have the peak demand is still very low, right? So it's very interesting that the Uganda needs more electricity supply. Also in my paper I stressed how Uganda people use electricity only for lighting and lights. They don't use, like here in the United States, we use electricity for making videos and watching YouTube, watching televisions, fridge, cooking, businesses, applying for jobs, teaching, right? All that contributes a lot of money, right? Meanwhile, over these guys, they use it only for lighting, and that's not productive, that's not good. So I propose that Uganda needs to move on from just merely lighting based to more of consuming. Even if they adopt solar panels, they need to make sure that they can use solar panels for productive things, mostly monetary productive things. So that was my my main conclusion. And then obviously there's like GDP, right? The national time series data for SFA. This I was struggling with. You need to have a time series to do SFA from 2000 to 2024. And then this is like the overview of the descriptive statistics. Crowd was very good on doing this. I really like Crowd. It was wonderful. I could have taken me months to do this. Crowd did this like in very few minutes. That was good. Then urban versus rural electrification rate in Uganda. This is how much urban. This was very important. So this is how much urban electricity has. So you see the urban is going up, right? It's really good, but the rural area is still way below. So they don't have electricity at all. This is like 2025 recent. This is how the gap is. Like this needs to be crossed. Like, this is a huge gap. And then you obviously had regulation results for stochastic for DID analysis and DID. So this is a DID, SFA baseline, SFA per shocks. These are shocks in there. And then yeah, I have distribution of SFA technical efficiency scores. This is by a new company, versus decentralized mini grid operators, right? I can go on and on. My video is going too long, but this is another statistics that came out. This is very wonderful. So these are the policies. So once I present and I get feedbacks, I'm gonna come back here and give some overview. Of course, I'm having research fatigue, so I will say I will come back and I wouldn't do it. But this is this is the code in the bottom, the code that I'm supposed to be using. So wonderful code. This is R. It's built in R. R is so wonderful. Like I understand, Python is good, but R is the best. So that's enough for this. I'm gonna actually exist here. No, say don't. Oh, I need to save. Oh, geez, I forgot. What did I do? I need to save. I need to save this. Oh my God. Never mind. Let me see. So I need to delete this. I need to move this. I need to move my name to the. I need to move my name here at the last. Then click here. Then I need to save. And then I'm going to call this final research Uganda. It was pretty good. This fascinating technology is really booming. I mean, I take this for granted, but if you think about it, US is like really ahead in terms of technology, right? Using this AI to even build more technology, advanced research. It's wonderful, really wonderful. So that being said, my camera is almost running out. Let me go to presentation. So in my presentation, I highlighted some key parts. So it's gonna be like 10 minutes of presentation. So this is like, so if I go on overview, I did the surprise paradox. Obviously, they have more electricity, less access. Department of Economics, and then this is quantitative based, so it's not qualitative based. It's based on the numbers, and then this is how much megawatts they produce. This is how much they consume. This is how much they have left over. This is how much the rural population is consuming. The urban is 76%. This is pretty good. The demand is 185. And 51% of the electricity that being supplied is very, very non-used. Then obviously you have I use the infrastructure constraints, financial Spiro, zombie connections. What I mean here is that you invest the money in there, but the people cannot afford electricity. There's no point, right, of investing in it. So quickly, the question is obviously here was, do decentralized or solar mini grids statistically reduce household energy burden and increase productive use of energy more effectively than grid extension in low density rural districts in Uganda? So then obviously I use SFA. Then SFA looks at private companies. So this is like UEDCL, which replaced UMEME, versus private mini grid operators. UEDCL is part of the government, but it's a contractor that contract with the government to build. They build like those poles around the country, so they're the contractors. Then you have DID, obviously, and then you have CBA, obviously, looking at the monetary side of things. Then this is the data, another data, and more data, and more data, and more data, and quantitative, the limitation is of this. And then implication is, the goal was to see the SDG 7. This is like World Bank goal. SDG 7 is to reduce poverty, have energy access, GDP growth, XYZ. So it's to see if this, because remember World Bank lends money to Uganda. So Uganda's ETPA target of off-grid system for the majority of new rural connections by 2030 is developmentally superior strategy, not a second-best option for areas too costly for grid extension. So what I mean here is that Uganda does not have to wait until 2030 to invest in a grid extension, mostly in areas that are more expensive, like the rural areas. So that was my conclusion. So the system efficiency gap, cost development impact, economic returns. So when you do academia, I want to go fast here. When you do academia work, you feel like you're not doing enough. Like there's this need that is this enough? Is this enough? But this is pretty good, because when I went to other people's research paper, it was more like this. Like this is pretty impressive. So that being said, let me move on. Let me say goodbye to the camera as I prepare to go get some dinner, some food. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day, and I'm gonna submit this tonight. Anything I had. The good news is my professor is not like very strict on this, so he's very lenient. But he expects more from me. He expects much work. This is very common among all professors that I have had before, even though I end up disappointing them by not doing as much. So that being said, let me pull up my oh my god, I cannot get it, this one. No, this is too far. Anyway, I'm gonna put my gift here that they gave me, inspirational. I hope I work for them someday. I'm gonna put this somewhere, maybe. Where should I put it? I have so many gifts here. I'm gonna put it in here, top of my shoes. It stays there. I can't wait the moment I graduate, get a job, and then I wouldn't have any chance of going to these job fairs anymore. And then I will be looking back at all of these gifts, and I will be saying, wow, like this is a long time of building connections and the careers. I'm gonna put this as well somewhere here. So I have this. I also have other ones here that I haven't used. So this goes in here. There we go. Wait, what's going on here? All right, that being said, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Like always, bye bye. Ciao ciao, adios, spasiba. Pray that I get better and pray that I get good grades in my paper. Other than that, thanks for watching. Spasiba, bye bye, and take care and have a good day. Hopefully I get better so I can keep making more videos. Bye bye, take care, ciao ciao.